Alrighty, so let's go over these new JP patch notes. It is the middle of the day, so fair warning, there might be some dog noises and other noises because people are awake in the house, and I normally don't record in the day. So, let's look at this thing. Obviously, we know that it's Cusack, which is really interesting. That's pretty much the only thing that I've seen. So, I guess we'll just keep looking through the whole thing. I don't know, I thought that the dev notes, I don't know if it was like a translation error or what was going on there, but it sounded like they were going to be releasing something bigger than Cusack, to be honest. But I guess it makes sense. We pretty much knew it was going to be Cusack, I guess. I would have much rather them have just released Cusack and Margaret on the same banner, but I guess it is what it is. So let's just start from the beginning. We have his skills and everything like that. He is a blue unit. Inflicts additional damage equal to 40% of the enemy's increased HP if a critical hit did not occur when a demon race ally uses a single target attack skill. Jesus, that is a lot to take in. So I know that he has. I've looked over his skills a little bit. I know that he has a cleave skill, and Zeldris also has a cleave skill. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're buffing cleave skills a little bit, is what I've gathered from some of the people talking and everything like that, which is good for me. I've been using the new Zeldris quite a bit, and that cleave skill can actually deal some pretty decent damage. So the fact that they're buffing cleave is kind of nice, but yeah, I mean, I watched like a little bit of Nagato's video just because I wanted to see who the unit was and everything like that, and he was going over it. And I think he has a really good point. This really isn't going to affect anyone that's not a Bond team in PvP. And from my experience in PvP so far, I really don't go against too many Bond teams. Like, I still go against them every once in a while, but the meta has pretty much shifted back towards the Escanor team, which is, I guess, well, maybe not to be expected. I kind of assumed people would just use, Bond as long as he's out, because he's really strong. But I don't know. People might be just getting bored of playing him because he's really not that fun to play. So, yeah, I don't know. Pretty interesting as a character. I really can't complain too much. Like, I'm really grateful that the one team that I really like to run, which is the Assault Mode Meliodas team, they really don't want to let that team die. Like, they really don't want to make Assault Melee like useless in the meta, so they're really giving him a lot of support cards and stuff like that, which is really great for me because I can actually try to use him. So that is always very interesting. But yeah, he does have a cleave card, which at gold level does 500% of attack on one enemy. If you don't know what cleave does, additional damage equal to half of crit damage, but I think it's now going to be 75% of his crit damage. So you build up crit damage on the unit, and then because you can't crit with the skill, it does additional damage. So it's very interesting how that works. Evil Sword Beam inflicts damage equal to 500 or 450% of attack on one enemy and depletes 3 ultimate move gauge. So he's pretty much just a counter to Bond. Like, Bond's biggest thing is like you don't want him to rush his ult and stuff like that. And I don't know, he'll do extra damage to you if you have your increased HP. So he's pretty much direct countering Bond. They are continuing on with this really stupid mechanic that they keep doing where they add a 6/6 effect, which is really dumb. Please stop doing this. It's not great for the game. It's not great for free-to-plays. You're literally only forcing people to spend money on the game. I get it, you're a business, but it's not fun. Inflicts Power Strike damage equal to 560% of attack on one enemy. Power Strike is additional damage equal to enemy resistance, so that's kind of neat. At 6/6 though, you gain the Abyss effect for one turn, which Abyss effect is the same thing that Winged King, the Festival King, has. So additional damage equal to 50% of damage dealt on all enemies at the start of the next turn. Only applies the Abyss effect on the last used hero. So it's a single target skill, and it still ends up getting the Abyss effect, which is really interesting. And it says that it does attack all enemies. So I think that one is really interesting. But altogether, the unit is very niche, it seems like. Like, he doesn't seem like he's going to be a unit that you're really going to want to use on the Assault Mode Melee team all the time. which is good if you don't want to summon for him. But yeah, so Cusack Banner, here it is. There he is in all of his napping Reaper glory. It is a 900 banner, which is really, really dumb. I don't know why you would choose to do 2 festivals back to back like this, and especially why you would choose to make Cusack like an actual festival unit, especially with like how he's laid out. He doesn't really seem to be festival material in my opinion. But yeah, they have Assault Melee, they have Zeldris on the banner as well, which is really interesting. He does have his outfits and everything like that. It doesn't seem like they have a whole lot of information on the banner. I think they might have more later. Cusack growth event. So this is really interesting because if you're looking at this, you do the growth event and you get a copy of Cusack at the end, which is really good. So it helps nullify the fact that you would be forced to summon on this banner, which is really weird. So he definitely is like an actual festival unit because he has a festival coin. But I guess if you're not interested in the banner, you're not going to be forced to summon on it, even though I do know some of the units that are on the banner at this point, and they're going to try to force you to summon on it. I don't know. If you get 1 copy of him for free, I'm probably not going to summon on the banner at all. I don't see any point to do that at that point. Like, even though I would love to get more copies of Meliodas and Zeldris, maybe depending on how my summons go for Margaret, I won't need to at that point, but that would be a stretch. But yeah, if we get 1 copy of him for free, then that's very, very interesting. It's still really weird to me that they're giving Cusack the festival unit, and then Chandler is just like a side unit. Like, I honestly think that Chandler, from the sound of it, might still be better than Cusack. As far as like utility goes, I don't know. We'll have to see whenever he actually comes out to the game. But I'm not very impressed with him so far. We're getting another Moments You Remember rerun, which is pretty cool. These are just like hard stages and stuff like that from the story mode, where you do different challenges and stuff like that and get different rewards for it. They're okay. They're kind of tedious to do sometimes, so I'm not the biggest fan of them, but free rewards. Growth and PvP events. So 100% deathmatch trigger rate. Patrol drops are doubled right now during this update, so not for us on global right now. We're going to get this in about a month. Reduce the power up stone required by 50%, which is kind of interesting. I don't think they've done that one before, as far as I know. Super great success rate up during salvaging, and then they're doing another brawl box upgrade. PvP victory rewards 2 weeks. Oh, wait, 2 weeks. What does that mean? Does that mean they're doubling the rewards, or you're only getting PvP rewards every 2 weeks? I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't know what this broken image is. They are doing final boss Zeldris and Estarossa though, which is really, really interesting. I don't know if we'll refresh the page and try to see if these pictures will load, because I kind of want to see those pictures. Yeah, here's these. I'm not sure what these are, but maybe this is the 2 week victory rewards. Oh, I'm really dumb. They're doing the PvP event where, like, if you win 15 times in PvP each week, you get, rewards depending on how many wins you got. Can I open this up in a different tab or something like that? I really want to see these outfits. Please. Well, we'll just have to work around. Maybe. Give me a second. We'll go to the actual JP patch notes, hopefully. Seems to be loading for a while. I don't know if it's my internet or what's going on. Oh, never mind. Well, there's their picture of it. I don't need to anymore. Estarossa's looks pretty cool. And Zeldris's looks pretty neat. I don't know. Zeldris almost looks like he's just wearing his normal sort of outfit. The sword looks kind of cool. His hair looks kind of cool in that one, to be honest. I don't know. I don't hate those. I was thinking about it the other day though, and these final bosses for the commandments are a little bit too late. Like, I mean, I know that there's still a couple of commandments that need to have a third form, like a third unit, but for the most part, the commandments are really already like they've already like they've surpassed their usefulness at this point. So getting a lot of these outfits and stuff like that doesn't help as much as it would have back in their like prime, because you know, back when commandments were first coming out, before the before the festival units were so like relevant, you could actually get some use out of these outfits, but they didn't start doing like commandment final bosses until like way too late, which is a little disappointing. So Estarossa is going to be the one that you have to get to 50% to get his outfit for, which is okay, I guess. I don't know. I think I would rather get the Zeldris one, to be honest, either way. But I mean, I would imagine these things normally aren't too hard. So hopefully if you already have an established account and you're, you know, somewhat savvy with trying to get points on these, you shouldn't have any problem getting to 50%. Score rewards, it looks like we're going to get a couple of diamonds from them, which is kind of nice, honestly. And then you have the Zeldris outfit and everything like that in the coin shop, or the exchange shop, and a couple of other various rewards and stuff like that. Looks pretty standard to me. Honestly, the diamonds on the score reward is kind of nice. I don't think they normally do that, so that's pretty cool. They are doing special missions, so you can get 10 free summons, or 1 free multi on the Cusack Banner, which is pretty interesting. The rest of the rewards are pretty standard stuff. Surprise presents. It looks like you're going to be able to buy presents, maybe, with coin shop coins, which is interesting. It looks like you can get, this is the first box, the one that you buy with the platinum coin. You can get anvils, hammers, engraving stones. Honestly, I don't know that I would recommend buying any of these, to be honest. I mean, maybe the gold coin shop ones would be interesting, because they have like some of these stuff which you run through a lot. And I mean, I'm not saying you don't run through these a lot, but I don't know that I would want to spend platinum coins for that, really. Fireworks event, which is, I think that they've done this once before, and it gets really blurry if you zoom it in. Yeah, I think that they've done something like this before. It's basically just like a free rewards fest and stuff like that. They're giving out the Gray Demon outfit for Cusack for free through it, though, which is kind of cool. I guess that's neat. So at least there's that. You get 10 free diamonds if you finish the whole thing, it looks like, which is pretty cool. It does look like they're trying to give out a little bit more diamonds and stuff like that with this, which is kind of good. But, you know, it is what it is. Event missions. Oh, so these are all of the firework missions that you're going to need to do, I guess. Doesn't look like anything too crazy. Ads in game. You can now view up to 5 ads in game to earn rewards similar to global. Oh, okay. So I didn't realize that they didn't have this on JP, but I pretty much do that every single day. Even though it's really minimal rewards, I still like have the same login routine every day that I've had the entire time I played the game. We're getting a new story battle event, which is, you know, is what it is. Nothing too crazy there. Free 2 diamonds if you finish all the missions. Village donation event, so you can get more pendants by donating gold. System changes. Guilds can now register for guild wars as long as they have more than 20 members. You can also check how many people have set up their defenses. So that is really interesting. Guild wars is not something that has been like accessible by the majority of the player base this entire time that it's been out. So it seems like they're finally comfortable with how it's going, and they're going to extend it to any guild that has over 20 members. So that's really, really cool. I think I'll try to mess around with that a little bit once it comes out, because I honestly haven't seen anything really on Guild Wars. So yeah. Balance. Cleave multiplier buffed from 50 to 75%, so that's what we were talking about earlier. Executioner Zeldris passive buff from 2% per debuff stack up to 10 times to 3% per debuff up to 8 times. So I think that's still ending up being an increase. Zeldris' ult also gives a buff in the HP related stats multiplier as level increases and skill activation order. Now the debuff will apply first, and at max rank it will be increased from 15% to 25% HP related stats decrease. So before it was 630% of attack on one enemy, and increases all allies or all enemies, decreases all enemies HP related stat by 5% for 2 turns. And now it's worded differently, and then the multiplier and everything like that is different. At rank 5 and 6, debuff lasts for 3 turns. So I guess that's cool. I don't know. A lot of people don't really use Zeldris, but I've been using him a lot lately, and I guess it's nice that he's getting buffed considering everybody complains about him being a crappy festival unit, which I understand. But yeah, very interesting notes. I honestly don't know whether or not you're gonna want to summon on this thing. I need to see the actual banner. Like, I know that they have the banner, like, you can see who's on the banner. Let me look at that really quickly, because that's actually going to be the most useful information for this. So let me see here. Click on this one, and then this one, I think. So sorry. It's obviously going to be the same sort of stuff as normal. You have the regular, the rewards are going to be Cusack, Festival, Zeldris, Festival, Assault Mode Meliodas, but the lineup on it is pretty interesting. So you have the red Oslo and Hawk, the red Wedding Deanne, you have Halloween Groxy, Halloween Shin, and Halloween Gother, which is a big one I know a lot of people have been talking about lately. They haven't been able to get their hands on Gother. I don't necessarily think that this is the best chance to get Gother, because he's just going to be like a regular rated character in this like pretty big banner. But if you get lucky and pull him, that is fantastic, I guess. It's just nice to see them putting him on another banner, really, because it's been a while. I honestly think that if they're just giving away one free copy of the character, it's probably not going to be worth summoning on this banner. From my understanding, Margaret is pretty good, and I just don't think that this character is going to make enough difference to really warrant summoning for him, or trying to get him any higher as far as like free-to-play players and stuff like that goes. Like, if you're not trying to wail out on the unit, I really don't think he's going to be worth it. Plus, like, me personally, I already have all of these extra characters and stuff like that. Sure, I would love to get more copies of Green Gother, but honestly, like, I feel like more often than not, from my gameplay experience, I don't end up getting Gother's ultimate enough in normal gameplay because of my other units dealing damage and finishing the fight faster than he can really gain it, to really, like, warrant me trying to go for that. Obviously, I would love to, because it would give him more CC and stuff like that, but I already have all of these units, and I know that's not going for everybody. Like, if you see any of these units that you really want, like maybe you don't have Oslo and Hawk, maybe you don't have Wedding Deanne, maybe you're trying to collect all the characters, whatever the case may be, if you really want to, feel free to summon on the banner. But what I'm saying is, it really doesn't seem like it's going to be worth it overall, especially if they're giving you a free copy of him. So you just get the free copy, skip this, and then, you know, if you really want to, go for Margaret, because she'll be out at the time of release. So yeah, if you are saving, or if you've been waiting to see whether or not this is going to be a crazy unit to summon for waifus or not, determine whether or not you want extra copies of this unit, and then summon for the summer waifus right now, or whatever you want to do, or just save for Margaret, or skip both of them and save for whatever's next. Whatever your plans were, I honestly don't think that this banner and this stuff is going to really affect what your plans were. So that's pretty much it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more content in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one.